Fuck yeah, let's go. Let's do it. Showtime.
Gonna send it.
It's set, dude.
Dude, where's my car?
Totally.
Oh.
So I'm quite happy to say that while today was still pretty royally fucked at work, and it wasn't nearly as bad as the fucking last time I was talking to you guys. That was like the worst day I've had at work in a long, long time.
I have those every day.
Yeah. But yeah, no, this contract is very clearly becoming what we thought it was. So we're definitely wiping asses for kids that are like fucking half my age.
Coming up to clean up the mess.
Pretty much, man. Like the whole they did it again today, where there's a site where 4 trees in it. 3 you could eat. One of them you can easily reach with a boom. 2, probably even 3 of them if you got funky and maybe moved your position a few times, right? But one of them would have been a climber or a dumper for sure. And they did one of these trees, and then as we're kind of driving down the road on our way to a different site in the area, you see these guys fucking off. We drive by the site with those in. It's like, yeah, they did one fucking tree, and they're gonna leave us for the rest of the show. Why even start the fucking site? You know, like just fucking leave it. Fucking, you know, like it's one of those things that always drives me. It's like, and you hear this in the trades all the time too, right? Like you see the memes and stuff where it's like the price list and shit like that. It's like, you know, it's like for this, for this, for this, and then, but if you worked on it yourself, then the price is like quadruple, and I fucking get that.
Thing for me is I'm just getting introduced now to some bigger sites.
Yep.
I'm used to do a lot of more independent work. Wow, there's people that are professional dog fuckers. They're out there.
Man, I'm working. Well, I don't work.
I thought you were gonna say I'm one of them.
This one guy out here, I don't think I've ever quite witnessed anything like it in my time in this industry. I've seen some pretty. Let's just say these people don't stick around long because it becomes clear fast that they're just not meant for this line of work. I'm putting that as nicely as I can. Oh, this guy, man, like he literally just fucking stands there. You'll have guys like hiking heavy ass gear up a hill because you need it to fucking pull a tree over safely and shit. He just fucking sits there and he looks like he's about 23 years old, you know, and I'm just like, what the fuck? Like and like I was saying on Thursday or Tuesday, like when you got to do this, go way up that hill with this heavy ass gear. That's the last fucking thing on earth I want to be doing. Like I want absolutely no fucking part of it. Just like the guy standing on the side of the fucking road, but there's a job to be done. And I couldn't just stand there and watch you, G-Bay, or anyone of you on live chat, whether I like you or not. Even I love you in the live chat. I'm saying like this kid, I don't like him. So even if he was struggling to carry gear up a hill, there's no way I could fucking stand there and just watch him. I might laugh for a second or two and then go help him. But like like I know what that is to struggle at work. And it's like you see a guy struggling, you help him out. You try and make things easier because this is what teams do. And I'm baffled by it. It's completely contrary to everything in our area, the group of guys we work with. So then you get to really appreciate the guys that you work with typically, because this kind of shit don't happen, right? Like these guys, we would have ran him off fucking after about a week. He may probably not even. So I call this kid Penis Duster because he's got a mustache, and it seems like a good name for a kid with a mustache that I don't really care for. And before anyone thinks I'm really bagging on this kid, y'all remember when I had that going on just a few short months ago? What did I call that? Yep, the fucking Penis Duster. So
the Penis Duster. I'm all trimmed up again. Let her go a little wild for a day or two, but we'll be all right. Back in action. Back in action.
Go outside and smoke a joint. I'm really excited for this. Oh, and the other thing I was bitching about on Tuesday was the wind. It was fucking insane. Like I can only remember one time in my working career outdoors where you're in wind that bad in the cold. And I'm happy to say the wind has died right the fuck down. It must have just I was talking to a lady in the hotel room next door there last night for a few minutes. I was out smoking a joint, and she said we just had bad luck. Like we kind of rolled into the one day of the year where it's just like man, but when you've never been to this area before and you get out of that truck and the wind is howling, you're basically on the top of a fucking mountain, and you're like, oh my God, is this what it's like? Like, are we like this for the next couple of months? Like, no, we're not. Cheers, Will Scott. Fluff, Kingfisher, Jeffro, Hooley. Who else we got kicking around in here with us right now? Cheers, Mike. Great to see you, my man. Anova. Dr. LeVay's in there. Cheers, cheers. Oh yes, oh yes. Well, let's hit this frog here that you put up.
Yeah, got the video.
It's there. We may as well do it. We may as well. Oh. Alright, so I think I need to dress up. I'll go outside to smoke one.
Cheers, she grows the dank. Welcome. Third in.
Yeah.
The Nova, J. Patrick, thanks. D-Man. Oh, God. That was a good one. Oh. Got me good.
Shout out to Dirk and Lost Coast Plant Therapy for keeping me looking all sexy as fuck in the Lost Coast Plant Therapy duds.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I had my blue sweater out the other day. I was wearing my jacket tonight. This is the hat I got from them. Fuck. Hooked us right up.
This is my my lounging around the hotel room hoodie. Sad. Oh shit, there's something heavy in there. What I got in my pocket? Oh. Just a lighter. I was like, cool, maybe there's something awesome in that pocket, but no. No, there was nothing awesome. God damn. So what's new?
Yeah, I'm trying to hunt down a bike here, and guys know what it's like doing Kijiji or Craigslist. Just the epic nonsense that you have to filter through to get to one meaningful interaction. So I text a guy, well, a bunch of guys. I'm hunting bikes all over Ontario. Sold the snowmobile the other day, if anyone didn't hear that. So I have that envelope of goodness right there, and I'm just going to straight swap that over for a bike. I have a bike already, but it's not really a highway bike, and plus it's still on payment. I can't sell it. I got to finish payments before I can sell it. That's kind of the plan. So I got a year or two that I got to not make that transaction. But I do a lot of traveling, and I have a feeling that I'm going to be doing a lot of traveling in the future just to get out and do things and see people. And I want a highway bike. So I don't have a budget for it. But selling the sled has opened up a small little amount of money that I don't really feel guilty getting an older 600. They're like anywhere between $2,000 and $3,000. So it's in the big scheme of things, to be mobile, that's really not much money at all.
Dude, if you can use your hobby as like a sled motorbike enthusiast or whatever and flip that shit to fund your hobby, hell yeah.
Yeah. That's well, the sled started to actually physically show how much it was costing me. It was not like, is this costing me money? Like exponentially to like just have a little bit of fun. It was like, holy fuck, man, I can't pay to run this thing. Filling the tank with the oil. Like I put a new belt and a trail sticker on it. That was $550 right there. The sled only sold for $2,500. So for 20% of the value of that whole machine was a belt and a sticker to allow you to ride in a certain area. Jugs of oil are damn near $75 to $100, and they last about 3-4 tanks of gas. tank of gas was like $80. That only gets you 100 miles. It was like,
Gotta pay to play, man.
I dumped a bunch of money in this year and only rode a little bit. I was like, you know what? I'm just not in a position right now in my life to even go one more day driving this thing. I want to cry because it's my favorite machine. And I get it.
But dude, but look at the good side though. Now you're gonna get a bike, right? Which is something that you will fully use. I feel like you had like an awakening almost when you went down south and went on that tour, right? Like, yeah, this is what I want to be doing, but I got to do it more comfortable.
Yeah, not riding on a dirt bike seat to fucking New York and back. That was fucking crazy.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah. So anyway, getting back to the story of it all is like talking to one guy, and I'm like, hey, I'm really interested in your bike. I got the cash. I'd like to come take a look at it. Set up time for Saturday. This was Monday or Tuesday. I text him tonight. Hey, just checking in. Is there anything about the bike I should know that I should be prepared for to look at? I don't mind. I'm mechanically inclined. I can fix things. Just let me know if there's anything. Don't hide anything, basically, is what I'm saying. And he's like, well, I got a couple more people coming Saturday. Can you come Sunday instead? And I'm like, no, I can't. Have good luck with your sales. Like shit like that, dicking you around and stuff. So it's like talking to a couple other guys. And, it just sucks. Like I said, you got to go through 10 people to get one good contact.
Yeah, that's life. Fortunately, it's not just like that.
I've done it 100 times. I've been doing this turning and burning sleds and bikes since I was a teenager, right?
Yeah. Cheers, J. Patrick. How you doing, my man?
So hopefully, we can figure that out. I'm looking at if anyone knows motorcycles, the older Yamaha YZF 600R. That's not the R6. The R6 is the race bike that came out after that. This is like the Katanas I used to own, the Yamaha version of that, but they're actually quite a bit better. They're a lot more racy, but they're still got a higher posture and bigger seat and stuff. It was the bike they used as a race bike before the R6, and then when the R6 took over the racing section, they moved the YZF 600R to the street platform.
Let's see.
Yes. And it's a classified sport touring, so you get cheap insurance. So it works out. Yeah, all my buddies are like, "Oh, get a Harley, brother." I'll be that one friend in the Wild Hogs that just is not a Harley rider. I'll be there on my sport bike.
Dude, you'll spend more money fixing your fucking Harley than you do on your sled.
The pipes on a Harley are the same price as a fucking sport bike.
Harleys break down. They are not a quality bike at all. Like, this is what their fucking reputation is. Yeah, they got the big badass biker name, but they're fuck that, man. It's fuck that. Get something that'll actually fucking run and stay running.
Yeah. The only thing is with these older sports bikes, they're from the side, they all look really nice. But they all tend to have a fucked up front end look. You go around to the front, you look them straight on. They either got like the Katana's got the god awful two bug headlight looking things. The YZFs, they got this one triangular. Same with the GSX and the CBRs. They all had this triangular looking headlight back in the 90s and early 2000s. They're all kind of like, because nowadays they got the hard edge kind of lights that'll have like angles and sharp. They look a lot more futuristic. So there's a few years, a 10-year or so span where before that it was just square. You know what I mean? It was just square, like the same as a car headlight. And then they went a little odd shape to be, unique. And now it's just crazy. You look at the street bikes now; they're the coolest looking fucking things, man. I wouldn't want to drive one, or own one or pay for one because they're just like, what's the BMW 1000? They're $30,000. Like, hey.
Cost of playing, unfortunately. This is why I don't have cool toys either.
Yeah, that's why I'm 25 years at the time. I don't have nothing new.
There's a lot of really cool shit I'd like to have, but when you just look at the price tag, it's like, fuck.
I ride things that are on their last leg. Like when I'm done with them, they're usually off to the scrapyard. I'm usually the last owner of things. Or close to. What are you smoking on there?
I'm smoking on some investment dog.
Nice. I'm still powering through this Roberts Creek Congo, man. I got one little nugget of it left
Nice.
on the end of the stick there.
Cheers, Sheldon. Cheers, caveman. Good times. Yeah, working and living in a beautiful area there. I was just showing the mountains there a couple minutes ago when you're talking there. Fucking nice spot, dude. I like it. I like it. I'm gonna come back here with the family for a long weekend in the summer. Do some bombing around. Just see what we can find. Because this place would be much cooler in the warm.
Oh, yes. Yeah, the V-Stroms. I was looking at those, but I don't know. I kind of want a strict street purpose bike, because if I can, I'll keep the DRZ as well, and keep supermoto tires and dirt tires for it. But if I can get a cheap, couple $1,000 street purpose bike, that's what I want. So from May till October. You're right. Yeah.
Cheers, Galaxy Solutions. I watched your video on YouTube earlier today. Fuck yeah. Anybody hasn't seen that shit, Galaxy Solutions got his own fucking YouTube channel. Go fucking check
Hit
it
it up.
there. Subscribe to that shit. Hell yeah.
That was better with computer.
Cheers.
Do that though.
Oh, and while you're subscribing to Galaxy Solutions, go hit like a button on a bunch of his videos too. It's a kind thing to do. And since we're talking about like buttons, might as well hit that shit for us. May as well.
Yeah, we want one too.
Yeah. We like it when people say nice things about us.
These ball vates, man, ain't no joke.
No worries, Galaxy, man. You support us, man. We want to support you. That's how I look at that. I try to support anybody that'll help support me.
Yeah, if anyone has a YouTube channel, throw your link up in chat.
Yeah.
Make it easy for everyone to just hop on over and get a subscription going.
Yeah. Caveman, you got one too, dude? Fuck yeah. Everybody, if you haven't subscribed to Caveman, go check him out. Throw the link up there, Caveman, if you're able to. Or is it just called Caveman? Not because
I knew
going in a bunch of different directions. Oh, they can't. That's right.
Yeah, turn into learning. Get his too. The whole community. I bet there's a bunch of us in here that have.
Caveman, 1974. All right, everybody, go fucking. I gotta search this shit up myself and do it right now.
Get her done.
Yep, let's do it. Dude, it feels so nice to be able to sit out here and smoke a joint. Like I'm like, it's cold enough that I'm uncomfortable, but it's like the wind is non-existent. So you can manage to sit here for the length of a joint and get through it.
Yeah, it's not blowing you off the stoop this time.
Yeah. Well, you know how it is, man. Like, you guys must get some pretty wicked wind living right by the Great Lakes.
Oh, yeah.
So I imagine you know just what the fuck I'm yapping about.
I was showing the daughter the other day about because the wind comes into town basically the same way almost every time. Because you look at the houses and all the drifts are facing over the one side.
Yeah.
And there's some big drifts in town right now. I got one hanging off my roof. I've been hitting it with the shovel, knock the chunks off. Wind keeps blowing, just keeps building up.
Oh yeah. So yes. Oh.
Colton, what's up, brother?
I was gonna cough in your face. It was gonna be horrible, but I got to the mute button just in time.
Steve did.
Cheers, Colton. Those CBD's pictures that you put up on IG look fucking phenomenal, man. Like we've been saying this for years at this point, that you got some serious skills with the camera, but like, dude, it never fails to impress. Every single time I see your photography, man.
Yeah. It was Luna Negra at the last picture we saw. Damn good. Yeah, cameras nowadays are nuts.
Yeah, mine. Yeah, my phone one sucks.
Like when I was a kid, my grandpa had like the dark room. It would do all that shit, do all his own stuff. Did a lot of photography shit. Now, fuck, look at it. All digital.
For autos, as soon as they germinate, as soon as they crack, I would imagine Double J. Um, I'm not an expert on them though, but I would imagine that is the thing. Kind of. Couldn't save y'all from that one. Sorry.
Couldn't save you.
All right, I need to go back inside where it's warm. Yeah, see those mountains there behind me? Oh yeah.
Ooh, nice.
Beautiful spot.
What town are you in right now?
Karamias. Beautiful, dude. Beautiful, beautiful. And then we're working about an hour away, and it's just like, okay, so here I'll try and even big screen this so you guys can see a little better. So see, that's like those mountains are across the highway, and I'm in here sitting here in my hotel parking lot. So forgive all that stuff, but those mountains that you're seeing, it's basically like that, but with less snow on them. The farther we go, for the entirety of the 45-minute drive, and then some. Right? It's anybody that knows British Columbia, kind of in and around the Coquihalla Highway, close to Merida, Sioux, Princeton, kind of thing.
It's kind of crazy out there. Like for me in Ontario, we don't have any natural land obstructions that you can't drive over, really. Like they've either blasted through it and made highways, or they put a bridge over it. There's roads fucking everywhere. You know what I'm getting at. In BC and the Rocky Mountains in Alberta too, or wherever there's fucking mountains like that. You don't have a choice. The road's got to go that way and over there. So it's like sometimes there's somewhere you got to go, and it's just fucking takes so damn long. Or like this, I only lived in the Rockies for a bit, and I wasn't even really deep in them. But it's like one way in, one way out.
Yeah, a lot of these roads and highways are narrow. The one we're actually working on, Highway 5A between Princeton and Barrett, is that's all good. It's super narrow and freaking just snaky the whole way, which is fun to drive. But these roads are icy with a lot of logging trucks and freight traffic coming through, big rigs, and in the winter being parked on the side of the road and just not generally too far from the side of the highway ourselves. It's a little bit nerve wracking at times because the shoulders aren't very big to get off on the side of the road. So, but the work needs to be done. So we do what needs to be done. Good times, good times. I'm just checking out the chat there. Running some from Fast Buds. I believe I've heard good things about their autos. I've never run them. I'm not a big auto person. When I had more grow space, I used to kind of always keep one or two kind of going in the bedroom, just something to do as a little bit of a project, but never anything that I was serious about either. Just kind of whatever it is what it is. And they never really amounted to anything. But then I see some of the stuff that some of these people are pulling off their autos, and it's just like, wow. So it's interesting. Oh, yes. Has anybody got any big plans for the weekend? I'd like let me know in live chat. What's everyone doing this weekend? I've got to work this weekend, so it make me feel much happier to know that you guys are all out having like great, amazing times while I'm just feeding the family, doing what needs to be done. It's a little far to be driving, on the driving here every Monday and back every Friday. So it's okay. Let's do a 10-day shift and do it. But this is one of those things where I'm not starting to see the age creep in. So I just turned 43 in December, and I we could go hard for quite a while, but we're used to, our 5-day work week is pretty typical for us. And when you don't get those 2 days off in between and you go straight through, and do that consecutively for a while, I've noticed it takes me a lot longer. And I mean, like, not it used to be to get up the next day, right? You or take a day off and you're fine. But the last time I was doing 10-day shifts on a shit ass tough contract where you're just killing yourself on the daily, it took me damn near a month to get back to normal after that. Like, I was just completely fucking burnt out and bagged. It was just last year. And it's so kind of talking with my guy I'm working with now about it. And he's got about 10 years younger than I am, I think. And, but, he's still, it's, it's still tough work fucking going up these fucking hills and shit like that, right? So it's kind of, I don't know, like, what do you do? Getting old.
It is wintry out there.
Yeah.
Ready for that? Back's all bent.
Yeah. I just feel like that winter can fuck off now. I feel like I've experienced it. I sat there and it was all freaking wonderful when I hear like all our American friends bitching about the cold. And it's like, there's like no snow up here. And then that changed. And yeah, okay, I've gotten my winter now. I'm good. I've experienced it. Fuck off. Bring on spring and summer and warmness.
Yeah, the drift I was telling you about, it's getting bigger right now. I walked out and got a face full of snow. I opened my front doors up. Oh.
Joy.
Woo! Well, and then I was moving my truck, and then my mom was getting her van ready. Not gonna let my mom sit there and scrape her van off, so I had to grab the scraper from her van up.
Yeah.
No.
Cheers, J5. Yeah.
Dabs up. Say frog.
Cheers, Turpopotamus. Oh, we're doing it. Okay. I
don't think they care.
When in Rome. Okay. I'm feeling a little dehydrated, so I mix up a little bit of Gatorade into the French press because it's still, I don't have a cup and I don't care enough to go to the store to find one. So French press, Gatorade packets, rehydration. Yes. So that's the other shitty thing. It's winter and I'm working hard enough that I'm getting dehydrated. And this is a problem because I don't like to drink fluids that aren't coffee in the winter. And coffee makes me more dehydrated. So it's rough life, I tell you. Just over here. Where's my cup now? There we go.
Just rambling on mute over here. Blah, 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 blah. No, I was saying, I've been consciously trying to get more water into me during the day, and it's helping. It makes me feel a lot better.
Well, yeah, and it does, but I just don't like it. It's like a love-hate relationship with water, I guess.
Oh, I don't drink enough at all, or I drank way too much sugar and shit. So it's not like I'm trying to.
See, I'm not too bad when it comes to the sugar and shit. I go through phases, but yeah, I just mostly just like to drink coffee.
Sugar consumption is taken over, man. It's like one of the worst addictions I've ever had. I don't really have an addictive personality when it comes to like say like drugs and shit like that. Like, I wouldn't be the guy to fall into a trap of ruining my life over pills and shit like that. That you won't catch me doing kind of shit. So,
Dude, I see for you.
but the sugar, man, I'm like subconsciously I know that it's the sugar I'm addicted to because it's in fucking everything. So it's not like you even notice it. It's like everything you go to, it's got sugar.
I go through periods where I'll fucking binge on the junk food real hard for a bit, and then I'll just like, right now I'm actually pretty good on it. I'll probably be chill for about another week, but then at some point in time, it'll be like you're in the store and you're like, all of a sudden you end up with like when you go grocery shopping, like 4 bags of cookies, 3 things of ice cream, fucking big tub of fucking big giant sour soothers, right? And I'm just like, oh yeah, we're gonna get diabetic this weekend. Cheers, Big Word. How you doing, man?
What up, buddy? Good to see him. Oh.
Cheers, Emid. Yeah, I like that. Electrolytes for the coffee drinkers.
A little bit of displacement.
See, but I like my coffee so much, I would drink my Gatorade out of a fucking coffee press, for fuck's sake. No, it's actually just pure coincidence, but. Hell yeah. I like it. I like it. So I'm kind of curious if the missus is gonna start some. Oh shit! It's like minus 27 back home. Fuck.
Fuck. I'm 28 Fahrenheit right now.
I don't speak gibberish.
-1, -2. Oh my god. I think. Can't be too far off. Click it to Celsius, I get -1. Doing pretty good then.
Yeah, that's not bad. That's warm.
Yeah, we were the -20 something. We used to get like -40 and shit. Like, kind of not all the time, but more often. We haven't hit that in a couple of years, but it's gross. When I was in Alberta, at one day I was in Alberta, we were the second coldest place on earth. There was a town in Siberia, and then there was Grand Prairie, Alberta. Like -52 or some dumb shit.
It's cold there.
Yeah.
Sickest I've ever been at work was working in Alberta. So that shit. I'm going from a +40 hoarding to fucking -47 is the coldest I ever worked in. And just fucking being soaked with sweat and then going out into the cold, just sick as fuck.
Sorry, that fucking this ball vape's got me ripped.
Well, I would hope so.
Well, I've been having like little dabs here and there, and like nothing major. Distillate pen or actual diamonds, shit through my little electronic thing, but this fucking tore me up. -50. Ugh, gross. Yeah. No thanks. Oh man. I'm like, I used to embrace winter because I was a snowmobiler. But It's not that I won't do it again, but I don't own one currently today. So I'm like, Snow, you could fucking disappear tomorrow, and I wouldn't care. I don't do anything out there other than that, and that's gone. So
I say fuck that. It's cold or snowy outside. I stay the fuck inside.
yeah, it sucks because I've always fought it, but like it's semi appealing. Like not fucking with it. When we get into that, I finally get into that age where I'm like, even some of my camping trips I want to plan. I'm like, do I really want to do that and sleep like on the ground for that many days? Fuck, man, as if you're saying this shit, you old bastard. Fuck, you're getting that shit. It's starting to hit me. Still
I got no problem sleeping in the tent, but it's got to be. I can't just. If I've got to have like at least a decent foamy or something underneath me. Air mattresses are hard on me. I can't do them for more than maybe a night or two in a row. So it's. Yeah, you know, it's I get it. It's tough, but the actual being outside in a tent or something like that, I've got fucking no scruples with that.
Yeah, like I love doing like camping and stuff. I haven't got to in the last little while, but I really want to do some. So
what I've been loving is the car camping trips that I've done in the last like year. But it can only be a 2-person trip then, right? Because you got the back seat folded down, already turned into a bed, and you load your coolers and shit in there. And then I've got a roof rack on my car that you can put shit up there. But it's, you know, it'd be nice to be able to have more people. That's why I want to get into the van fucking thing. It just other shit keeps popping up. That's more important. Cheers, Dags. Cheers, Skunk Ape.
hell yeah, I always like when this shit happens. Got himself all prepped up. Fucking
fuck yeah. That honestly, dude, that would be the best possible way I could spend my birthday if you gave me my choice.
Little motivation.
That's not too many concerts on my birthday though, so it's a tough one.
Yeah, you're a Christmas baby, right?
Yeah. No,
you crash a fucking church.
No. Got no interest in hanging out at church.
Yeah, no, my last concert, the Marley one, was pretty awesome, man. That would be hard to beat. Sitting there in the grass, puffing a joint, some lady comes up, I'm like, oh, great. Here we go, getting this shit already. The music hasn't even started. It's like, you guys want to go to the front? I'm like, yeah. She's like, stand up back natural. I'm like, okay, fuck, this is awesome. Wristbands, here you go. I was like, holy fuck.
Yeah, dude, that's badass.
Something cool just happened to me. I like that. That was nice. Yeah. But that now it just sets a precedent for all the other concerts I'm about to go to. You know, went to Canada's Wonderland all day and then went to the concert, so it was a good day.
Okay. The Relics Music Festival, eh? That's interesting. Not that's not that I'll be able to go. It's quite literally on the other side of the country, but
oh yeah, you can't get you'd be fucking.
Yeah. So it's like, fuck. Jeffro's going to a concert without me? Like, what the hell? I feel cheated on.
Oh. I can't wait. I got my daughter a excuse me, Canada's Wonderland pass for Christmas, so can't wait to take her and send her down all the big roller coasters.
Yeah. Fuck, cool.
My plan for this summer, get a lot of trips down there with her, and I want to test my theory. I'm like, you never get to the front of the lines, and now you don't, especially because they have this fast pass thing, so you pay more money and you get, escorted to the front, basically. So it's now become like, if you're rich, you get to ride the ride more, or whatever,
Of course.
So I'm like, if we just go there super, super early, go get Timmy's bread, whatever, get there when the gates open. Make sure we're there and we're at the very front of the line. When the gates open, like, just book it right to the biggest, best ride. We're gonna have to get on nice and quick, fast, a couple times probably before the place fills up. It's my theory. So I'm like, we'll do that once the first time we go and check it out and see what
Dude,
happens.
that sounds like solid to me, man. Most people aren't fucking into the early bird gets the worm type thing, and it makes sense to me. I I'm one of those people, like, if there's anything interesting going on that day, like you're going to something like Canada's Wonderland or concert, like, I want to be doing it right now. I don't want to wait till fucking all day long because I'm impatient. Right? I don't want to be go doing it now. So if the option's there to go and hit that up like first thing in the morning like that, hell yeah, I jump on that with 2 feet.
It's fun even as an old guy, man. It's still fun to get on these rides and go ripping around, man. And it's fun to see the kids too, just having a blast there, man. Canada's Wonderland's quite the place.
I remember it was our first summer Ashley and I were together, and we took our daughters to the Prince George exhibition. And there's this one called, I think it's 1,001 knots or whatever. You just basically spin on this fucking like pendulum style. And eventually you get up and you'll go all the way over and do a couple of like that. We'll get on this. And just as we're getting high enough that you're almost going all the way over, Abigail decides she doesn't like this. And now keep in mind, she's also like 6 years old at the time, right? And she's just like, I want to get off. I want to get off. And then, it starts really going. You're going all the way around. And my 6-year-old daughter's fucking absolutely convinced that she's about to fucking die on this ride, right? Like, she is terrified. She's freaking out, bawling her eyes out, just hysterical. I'm sitting right beside her. My girlfriend's daughter, Adelia, is sitting on the other side of Abigail, and we're both trying to calm her down. It's like the funniest thing because I know she's fine, other than just what's going through her head. You're not going anywhere. You're gonna, it's just a ride, and this, the fucking guy operating the ride's probably like, yes, we got another one. But at the same time, your daughter, who you love and absolute and all that, seeing her convinced that she's about to die is not nice to watch.
The best was, my daughter, I just said, I was trying to get her on the big brand new steel ones, like, a couple 100 feet in the air, whatever the fuck they are, the big bad ones, right? Like, ones that are like not number one in the world, but up on the list, right? And she wanted nothing to do with those. And she's like, well, take me, what about the wooden one? She's figuring that the wooden ones might be a little more mild. There's one, there's two of them at Canada's Wonderland, old wooden ones. One's called the Mindbuster, and one's called the Wildebeest. The Mindbuster one is fucking ridiculously fast, and it shakes the whole time. It's the scariest fucking thing you'll ever do. And she's like, well, let's do the Mindbuster. Like, okay. You have no idea, kid, what's going to happen to you, man. Like, I'm looking over at her, her soul was gone. She's just holding on like she's already dead. So fun. Yeah. Like the one time I went on this real big one and I ended up holding the dude's hand beside me.
So were you even conscious of it at the time?
No.
Or like all of a sudden you realized.
Oh shit, sorry, dude. He's like, yeah.
Dude, that's awesome.
It was this little black gangster dude too. It was too funny because I'm like white hillbilly, right? So him and his girl were dying laughing. We were having a good time over it. But fuck, it was funny, man. It was one of the big ones, so it's like you can't even help it. You go over the edge, and it's like instincts take over. You're not thinking. You're just screaming and holding on for dear life. But try not to hold stranger's hand beside you.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. Your picture's froze on my screen. I don't know about everyone else.
It works on mine.
You ain't moving.
Cheers, Jim Selmer. How you doing, brother?
Oh, there you go. You back.
Yeah. I'm not sure that I ever left. I think that might have been on your end. Because I could see and hear you moving.
Yeah, must have been this.
I got moving in mine.
I got, what is it, the Nitro 5 here? She started
Oh yeah. Just wait. There's a
One ride we went on though this year that I want to do again. It was like called the Tomahawk or something like that. Something or the Hammer. Maybe the Hammer. But it was like I think they were shaped as hammers or tomahawks, and they spun around, and but the top spun this way, and the seats did this. So it's like it was on however many axis rotation. So at points you'd be spinning so many different ways that you'd almost stop in midair. It felt like you were just floating for a second. Oh, it's fucked up. It's the coolest ride ever, though, man. Real neat. Oh, I gotta find out what that one is. I think it's called the Tomahawk. They got rid of jet scream. Jet scream was a wicked one, man. Old school. It was like a curved jet, and it rocked back and forth, and it eventually would go up and all the way around. But before it did, it would do this 2 or 3 times, right to the precipice and back. Change always falling out in people's pockets and stuff. One of Wonderland's better rides at the time.
Yeah.
Or the Wild Nightmares, it's called Wild Nightmares. So loco, what's it called? But it spins like it's almost like trolley cars you stand up in. And like there's bars in front of you, and then it just keeps spinning, but then the arm eventually lifts up, so this whole spinning thing is now spinning like straight up and down. So you're facing down, and you're just getting whipped around in these cages. You're not tied down, I don't think, or anything. It's fucking crazy.
I think I might need to roll another joint.
Do it.
Fuck you. Favorite
rides, bumper cars. Yeah, big word. Those are fun sometimes. Every once in a while, you get to line up someone pretty good. I'm a go-kart guy. Go-karts are fucking good fun.
That's one thing I've actually never done. I've had friends with go-karts that I've ridden a few times, very seldom in my life, but to not go to an actual go-kart track.
Yeah, well, they're usually in tourist trappy areas and they're overpriced, right? That's why no one usually goes. Because like, just gotta throw fucking handfuls of money at the place to go enjoy it a bit.
Yeah.
But it is fun, man. Like ripping around with your buddies or whatever.
Yeah, it's good times.
Shifter carts, man. Those are nuts. The high speed stuff. And ATVs, yeah. We're just getting our town's like it's weird because we're kind of in a rugged area, but not really. But like ATVing is quite popular, but it's illegal. They do it on the roads. So it's like, and there's not really much trail system that's legal to go on either. So we've been fighting for, like this club started up and they're fighting for, like get a club organization started to get some trails in place, kind of like the snowmobile system is. It's kind of crazy if you look at the snowmobile map in Ontario. It's fucking. This year's one of the first years you can go right across the province, start in the far west and go all the way to the East By Trail.
Huh.
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
You got a big province too.
Yeah. So I'm loading the map here. I'll show you guys. I'll scrunch it down. So you won't see much because it's going to be all scrunched down. But all those trails, all that color is snowmobile trails. And once you open it up a little more, you get to see that, it's intertwined everywhere. So if you want to go on a loop somewhere, do, a day ride from town to town or whatever, not an issue. You'll have multiple little sections you can go down, and it's all labeled and signed. And, a lot of people like small town locals have specials at the restaurants for sledders or whatever like that, or they're right off the trail. So it's just like the highway system, man. It's like, yeah, it's pretty nuts.
Oh, come on now.
I don't know if you could cross the border on a sled, Big Word. I don't see why not. If you like, as long as you just didn't show up at the border, be like, "Hey, I'm a Canadian. I'm snowmobiling to my friend's house." They probably wouldn't be like, "Go ahead." But if you phoned ahead and like made a plan and whatever, I'm sure they would. I'm sure. I don't know. It's hard to say because it's so dumb. All the red tape they attach to like off-road vehicles. It's
I would say probably not, unless there's some kind of border crossing.
yeah, right.
They
Like
can
that's
check that shit.
you have to phone ahead and just like get all your shit dealt with before you crossed. So when you cross, you already had all your shit done, whatever it takes. Like when I went down, all I did was the normal. Drove up on my bike, said hello, showed my passport, and carried on.
Yeah, but a sled is illegal on roads.
Well,
There's no fucking way they'll allow that.
no, not on the roads, but just like I mean, just do all your stuff first, right? Phone them, whatever, wherever you phone.
No, I think if you were to go just across some fucking trail, that's not a legal border crossing. You go into fucking jail. Well, no, we don't actually do that, but that is,
Yeah, yeah.
you're 100% illegal. It's not a border crossing. There's no way it's legal. Now, there's a great big fucking line. It would be easy to do. Don't get me wrong, but
There's a lake or two out
law.
there, right? Yeah.
Yep.
It's weird because there's like camping spots, canoeing spots, whatever that you do intermingle in and out of the Canadian U.S. border.
You made actually a really good point. What about there's something, I think it's the West Coast Trail that runs from like California or something like that up into British Columbia, I think.
Yeah.
So where would that cross the border? I don't know enough about that. Does it cross at a legal crossing or not?
Well, it's all like all the Great Lakes too. They're all like basically divided at the U.S. border. So it gets real. Like I've never had the experience of being at a point of a Great Lake where it is the states right there, other than Niagara Falls, where it's literally like that. Like it's the water comes to a fucking point, and there's the U.S. and Canada. It's just that simple. There's a spot. I think it's Minnesota. It would be Minnesota and Manitoba.
So what would happen if you're, say, out on the Great Lakes on a boat and you're fucking accidentally drift into American waters and the Coast Guard? Do they have Coast Guards on the Great Lakes? I would think they probably do, right? Fucking huge fucking lakes. What would happen then? Did they just kind of tell you, hey, go back?
I think you're good until you touch land.
Okay.
Don't quote me on that. But like I don't think there's I don't know if there's no, the border might be halfway and you might be responsible for keeping your ass halfway. I have no idea. But it would suck if you drifted over to the States and all of a sudden you're in shit.
Especially if you had illegal drugs on your boat and you were just like partying or something like that.
Oh yeah. Right?
Their prison sentences for stuff like that is a lot more strict.
Voters like to party.
They do.
Oh. We've got a little mini oasis here being on Georgian Bay. Like it's a whole lifestyle in the summer. Like all the rich people from the city own lake houses up here. So you can imagine what it gets like. Probably like the shoe swaps.
Yeah.
Everyone just partying all summer long.
Yeah.
Kind of sucks because like most places you'd be able to get like a nice rental for cheap. Here in the summer, thousands a week.
Yep. All because you can't.
She said I'm good to no, do not refer to us for fucking legal advice, please.
Yeah, we should put a disclaimer up about that. Like, well, because even what I was saying there about like, so if there is actual established hiking trails that do cross the border, what do those crossings look like? So maybe Big Word could come see us on a sled.
It'd be pretty epic. I'm definitely doing a trip down there again this summer. I just gotta figure out when, where, why, how, all that shit. I'm gonna do it no matter what. It's a good thing about bikes; they're so goddamn cheap sometimes that
yeah,
you can get away with going on longer trips, especially flying solo like I do.
Thanks for that tidbit there, Kingfisher. That's interesting. Thank you. Cheers, you muff. Hope you're doing well, brother. All right. I should probably sneak outside for one more joint. Oh,
You don't want to come up here, big word. Other way around, we're coming down. Canadian invasion. Honestly, like if I could legally work in the States, I'd search around.
dude, think you'd be getting paid American dollars coming back home, spending in Canadian dollars? Hell yeah.
That would be crazy. If anyone knows how to get a dude an American working visa, fucking hit me up.
Oh, goddamn. How is that, Emuff? That's cool as shit, dude.
Oh yeah, I suck so bad at baseball, man. I literally haven't swung a baseball bat in 20 years.
Don't have to be good at it to enjoy it.
That is
Because I'm not particularly good myself. Like an average at best kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. I like, what do they call it, softball, where it's a little bit bigger.
Yep.
Yeah. Get out there and play a little bit of that with the boys and girls. We got a really nice field, like right down there, right where the rink is. That's a funny visual, Jeffro. Getting chased on the sled.
24/7 cages, dude. Or does that mean like batting cages are actually open 24 hours a day? I'm just reading Emuff's comment here. If that's so, man, that's fucking rad. We don't have cool stuff like that in my little hick ass town.
Yeah, that's what sucks living in little hick ass towns. That's where I live right now.
Yeah.
Far. I like it. It's a nice spot.
Well, it's the trade-off, right? Like I like the quiet and the more laid back of the small towns. Problem is, nothing interesting ever happens. So for me to do anything interesting, I've got to drive 4 hours, and it's
Once my kids are done school, it's game on. I don't have anything really holding me to one spot, right? So,
yeah.
got a couple of 6 or 7 years to wait, but I might be rooted by then. Who knows? We'll see, but it all depends.
Dude, this is so cool. Man, I wish we had something like that. You get them in the batting cages at that age, man, 4 times a week. You just wait till they're freaking in their, do you know how happy it would make me, Buff, for you to one day get a hold of me and be like, dude, my kids just got fucking drafted by the fucking Cincinnati Reds. How would that be, dude? Watch one of your kids play for the Reds. I imagine you're probably, or are you more about the tribe?
Yeah, we got the bat cages around here.
Trying to think of how many teams you got down there. Which ones? Either way, that'd be badass.
Oh, it's time for another fucking ripper. Okay.
You down that?
Oh shit. J. Patrick, how close to Windsor are you? Windsor, I don't know.
Dude, since he's got Ellie, I hope they freaking do something with him and actually, man, he's so much fun to watch. Put a team around that guy. Yeah. Philly Daily Cruz is one of my
2 hours.
two biggest guys that I collect for baseball cards. Him, Paul Skeens, and Vlad Guerrero Jr.
Are we talking 2 hours north, south, east? Where are we talking? I may be going to Windsor. Okay. Oh,
Cheers, I seen you.
oh yeah. That'll keep you from staring at me with your sneaky dog breath. Blast her with a fucking super toke.
Frog for everyone.
Oh, yes.
Cheers, Marshall. I don't believe I've said hi to you tonight. Cheers, Victoria.
Oh, Victoria, what's up? Rip it. I just did.
Please do.
Another one bites the dust.
Back to the warm.
Frog got a booty. That frog does got a booty. Booty frog. Oh, yes.
Well, it does look like it is about that time.
We have reached the end.
End of another great Thursday night session. Thank you, everybody, for coming and hanging out. Getting high as shit with us.
Yeah, I'm up there.
Or at least I hope y'all are high as shit, because I am. It's a great way to be. Cheers, Mr. Greenfingers. Cheers, Operation Annihilation.
I can imagine what those jars look like.
Yeah.
Squirmy wormies.
Okay. All right. Well, we're gonna get out of here. Thank you everybody for showing up. Unfortunately I'm not gonna be here this Sunday. I'll be working, which is sucks, but it is what it is. But I'll definitely be back Tuesday. G-Bay, I imagine you'll be here Saturday. I'm trying to whore you out to fucking every night of the week now. G-Bay will be back Sunday.
I'll be here Sunday morning for sure.
But yeah, I should be able to jump in the pre-show with you guys for at least a few minutes and hang out there.
Awesome.
At least always good times. With that, I think we're out here. Everybody, thank you. Talk to you next time.
Take care. Peace.
Ciao.